So I'm on Mr. Chippy's bench. I'm hoping this is in camera, not using the normal tripod. I really wanted this to come. Big Clive, if you've seen Big Clive's things, he bought one of these socket boards for the UK and it had a fake earth pin. So I bought one from AliExpress and it was £7.52 for the UK version in black. By the time you've added VAT and all that, it was £8.95. So I paid £8.95. And it's got feedback, 5 stars, very good. I like it a lot. The delivery was super good. Very light material, 5 stars. Does its job, the price is perfect, exclamation mark, and a picture. Which is fair enough. It's 10 amps. It says it's 10 amps, it's not 13 amps. We're going to open this up. It sounds a bit brittle, but I thought this is just the thing. You see, Big Clive pulled this apart, says it's a load of rubbish, so I went out and bought one. So you've got these, it says 2.1 amps. He found it was 1 amp. We're going to find on our tester what it is. So it's got an on and off switch, and it comes with an illegal plug in the UK. That doesn't have a fuse in it, and it shouldn't have shrouding on the earth pin, so we're going to have to change that. But before we do any of that, we're going to put it on our pat tester. Grimsby road trip, I don't know which video is going to get published first. I must look out a suitable vintage camcorder. We're going to Grimsby. Somebody's kindly donated some radio gear for us to sell on for our repeater fund. So we've got the thingy out, we've got that out, we're going to put in the earth pin, and if Big Clive is right and this is the same version that he got, we'll soon find out whether it's got a fake earth. So which test do we want? Probably that one. Okay, well, it's passed the insulation test. So we're now going to check an earth test. Shall we try that one? So it's failed the earth test. So it doesn't look like it's going to go any further. Failed the earth test. I'll do it one more time, making sure I'm absolutely on that earth. So there's no two ways about it. So insulation's fine. Finally, earth. And the earth has failed. Alright. So we're going to change the plug. So we'll cut it off. Put a new plug on, making sure it has a 10 amp fuse. So if Big Clive's right, the earth wire in here, his was hollow. Okay, so we have wires which I'm not expecting the colour of. We're looking for blue, brown and green. So one would think this is the brown and this one's the blue, and this, if it's the green, has nothing in it. And it is, it's just like Big Clive's. That's just sleeving, there's no wire in it. Right, I'll take a break, I've got a shopping job to do, I'll come back and we'll have more fun. Okay, so what we're going to do now, back, I've only got 10 minutes again, we'll be doing this in 10-minute bits. I've got some 0.75mm cable, which is good for 6 amps, which is grey. And seeing as I want this power lead to just do some low wattage things, the total loading won't even ever be 1 amp. So when I put a new plug on this, it's going to be a 5 amp fuse fitted. We don't have 6 amp fuses, so we're actually downgrading their alleged 10 amps to 6 amps. So this cable is sourced from RS Components and it's all certified, so we know it's going to be right. So if I just cut into this, I've got a dishwasher and a washing machine running at the moment in the next room with the door open. And I keep having to get up to answer the door for various deliveries. So we have the correct colours, of course. So that's what they had. I mean, is it thicker? Let's twist them together. I know Big Clive said this was aluminium, whereas the one I've got will be copper. I don't know whether we can go this, whether this is a sensible test or not, but with those twisted together, we've got 0.64mm, and with my wire it's probably less. Oh, it isn't, it's 0.77. So I've actually got thicker wire on what I know to be 6 amp cable than what they've got on alleged 10 amp cable with a fake earth. Right, that was an unexpected result there. Not very scientific, but it nevertheless does something. So I'm happy about the cable length. Hopefully we can reuse their grommet, and even more we can get into this with a sensible screwdriver. Screws missing from there. I'd love to know why they've made something as fake as this, because the whole idea, surely, to my mind, is you make a product which is so good that everybody wants another one, or they say to their friends, that is fantastic. So if you make a crap product, it's not going to help you. You only sell one, don't you? Do you remember those oven pads? You pricked the thing in, cleaned your oven with them, and they didn't work, so you bought them once. Right, so not sure why that screw's missing, but we'll sort that out. So of course you can see here that none of the earths are connected to anything, and that the fake earth is just as fake at this end. I'll cut those off. Just make sure there's no screw in the packet. No, it's not come out in transit, so it's actually not happened, has it? See if we can, yeah, I've been able to recover their cable entry grommet. I'll probably have to put a tie wrap round because this is thicker to make it look more like 10 amp than it is. We're going to be testing this in depth as well. So let's just see, they've got, we're going to have to rewire this, aren't we, to the right colours. And then they've got it, as Big Clive said, they've got it correct because it's the right hand one. So the right hand one is correct on those two, but on the rest of them it's wrong. I'll do a bit of quick rewire off camera. Right, well, we've finished. Next day. So where possible I've used their wire. So neutral's the left, so left, 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 and then the neutral's that way around. I've linked it to the wrong wire. There you are. That's why we check these things. I'll just resolder that. Mains lead into their cable grommet. I'm assuming there's a clamp there. Yes, there is, which comes down when you put the lid on. New safe rewirable plug, 3 amp fuse. This isn't really good for more than 5 amps, but we're only going to be wanting it to be plugging various different things in, you know, like chargers and stuff like that, which is low consumption, not electric radiators. So put the lid on that. You can see on their illegal unfused plug that they've got shrouding up the earth pin, which is the last thing you want. Right, we'll just put a bit more solder on that. I'll just check this for continuity if there's a meter on here. There is a meter. Right, neutral. Neutral, 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 neutral. Live, we've got to get. We've got the switch, so I will need to switch that on. There's no internal fuse on this product, which is fair enough because you've got one in the plug. But as they had it, you had no fuse. That's not soldered on. I hurriedly left this. The vicar rang, this lady vicar, and she's having some building work done. After, I think it's a bit of a kitchen refit because the property was built in 1985, and I hurriedly left this because she says the builders were in her yard and they couldn't start their van because the battery was flat because they'd left something on in the van. So I went out there quickly with my jump start when we were about to go off to Grimsby at the same time. So that's why that's got overlooked. And that's why we check things. Earth, or we'll just check the earth. So the first time in its life, it's got an earth, and of course it should be green wire, but we're using their kind of white wire. There we go. So put that together. Yep, that is clamped. I've done it the same length because the length was fine. But it goes to prove that Big Clive showed this, and his was dodgy, and then this is just as dodgy. So they're all dodgy, aren't they? As I say, the whole idea is that you make things which are so nice that people want them time and time again. Plug this into our extension lead. I'll just wind the solder in. Oh, shall we do the pat test first? Yeah, we'll do the pat test. So we'll hold the earth rod on. Go for that test. Skip, we haven't got the switch. There we go. So if you can hopefully see the display, we've now got a pass on earth and insulation. The insulation did pass its test originally, but of course there wasn't an earth. Polarity is of course now correct. Right, so we'll plug this in. Switch is a bit crappy. There we are plugged in now. And we've got our LED. And what I want to do is to check this USB. So one moment and I will get the tester. Okay, battery went flat on the camera. You know, about 30 seconds from the end, and that's what happens. This is still... oh, well, fans come on now. So we're still at 1 amp. Now it says clearly on this 2.1 amps. So let's see what happens. So Big Clive was 1.1 amp, I think he still when it cut out. Well, this is still going. 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 6, 7, 8, 1.9, and it's cut out at just a fraction. It was 1.99 when it cut out. So just back that off a bit. It's come back on at 1.8 amps. 1.99. It's managed 2 this time. 2.04. So it's not far off what it says. so those total, you can bank on it being like 1.9 amps, so ours works better than Big Clive's. Incredible, isn't it? So there you are, a bit of BS there. I don't know how they come to these figures. So there you are, I thought you'd find that interesting. I think we're doing a Mustang 3000 starting toy. It's got a lot wrong with it. It's that one which was passed on to me by the gentleman we did that road trip to near Grimsby the other day. So there we go. So not the best video photography today, because we've not got the normal tripod we use and it's a bit of a fixed position. So thank you for watching. We've rewired it. It's now useful, but £8.95 plus all that work. Thanks for watching.